Now, whether my screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, now just this is the outline of what all we are going to study in this subject. Now, as usual, it starts with the
Ma'am,
introduction
could you please
to
enlarge the
marketing
screen?
concept. Hello?
Yeah, could you please enlarge the screen?
Yes, yes, yes.
On the below right corner.
Yeah, yeah. See now?
No, not visible. It's a small still.
See now?
No. Still as it is.
Just a minute. If it goes much larger, I cannot.
No, you just
Yeah.
click on the presentation, so it will be.
Yeah, okay. Just see now whether it's visible. Anyways, because see, the content is more, it's like this. Otherwise, I have the bold points for the coming slides, upcoming
No
slides.
issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here, as we have the usual way of starting with the definitions. Okay. Similarly, here also it starts with the definition and functions of marketing. What is the scope of marketing? Now, what do you understand by the scope of marketing here? It is into which corners, okay, the marketing is applied. What all comes under this marketing, basically? What are the core concepts of marketing? Now here, there are certain fundamentals or basics, we can say, basic terms which are used in this marketing concept. So that is imbibed in this core concepts of marketing. Maybe throughout your MBA program, you may use one or the other term irrespective of any of your specialization. You use these terms. Okay, that's why we say it's a core concepts of marketing. Like we have what is the basic like need, want, or customer loyalty. It's a general term, isn't it? Which we use. Or market spaces, meta markets, digital markets, we use in the digital concept. Now, company orientation towards the marketplace. So here there are different concepts, we can say, that we are going to study here. What do you mean by marketing myopia, the marketing process as such? That is about the first chapter, understanding marketing, the communication, the delivering value, okay, in the first unit. The second deals with the environment. It is concerned with the environmental area, restricted only to marketing. So businesses, they operate in an environment. So here, this is restricted only to the marketing specialization or marketing arena, you can see, where we have micro and macro environmental factors operating on the marketing function of an organization or a firm in general. Now here, it may be a micro component like a supplier or the employees, or a macro, that is a broader concept like a political scenario, economic scene, socio-cultural aspect, the technical environment, or the legal environment, or the demographics. So in detail, we will see how this factors affect the marketing function. The next is the segmentation, target marketing, and positioning. Segmentation, what is the concept? What are the basis of segmentation, like geographic, demographic, psychographic? The basis for segmentation for consumer goods as well as the services. The level of segmentation, what are the criteria for effective segmentation? Market potential and market share. What exactly is the target market? What are the concepts and the criteria for selection? What are the types of segments? What is the concept of positioning of a product and differentiation? What is a USP, that is unique selling proposition? That is, this is all is comprised in the third part, that is the segmentation, target marketing and positioning. The fourth is the consumer behavior. Now here we understand what is the meaning of consumer behavior, what is the importance of consumer behavior, the comparison between the organizational buying behavior and the consumer buying behavior, how both of these are different from each other, what are the buying roles, the consumer buying behavior process. Now there are certain steps in this that in detail we will study here, and the moment of zero, the moment of truth, zero moment of truth. What is all this? Okay. The next is marketing mix, the last one. This last one includes the marketing mix part. That is the tools in the hands of the marketers. These are the 7 P's. The PLC, very important concept of marketing, product life cycle, its types, the strategies across this PLC. Now, this is the brief outline of marketing. Now here, when I've given you a brief outline of it, okay, what do you feel, why a management student should study all these things? Why it is important for you to understand the core concepts of marketing, the environment, the segmentation, the consumer behavior, or the marketing mix tools? Anybody? See, now here, when you are studying MBA, it is an integrated approach. It is a so here, irrespective of any of your specializations, okay, ahead, maybe if you're going for marketing, these all things form the fundamentals or the basis of it. If you go for the finance, you need this environment. You need to have the segmentation. You need to understand the digital market. You need to understand the promotional part. If you go for the OSCM also, you should understand the linkages of marketing functions. Since we say it's a MBA is a interdisciplinary curriculum where the irrespective of your specialization, the functional aspects or areas are interlinked, and that's why this basics of marketing has been included in your curriculum. Now, if you go to the basic part of marketing, many of you say that we go for shopping, we go for marketing. This is a general term which we use in our day-to-day life. Okay. I like to go for shopping or marketing, isn't it? So what do you mean by this marketing, this term? In the common perspective, I'm asking.
Ma'am, to introduce our product or services or anything to the customers.
Yeah, you are giving me a very specific answer. Okay.
Yeah,
Actually, I
and it can
expected
be
a
at,
generalized one, Deepika.
yeah,
It's Deepika,
and
I
it
think,
can,
no?
yeah, it can be
Yeah.
at like one shop to like at one area basis, or it can be at state level also, and it can be a national level or international level marketing. Like
Okay. Now,
involve
since
everything.
globe is a market at the tip of your fingers, now here marketing in general, we say that we go for shopping, or marketing is just we roam, we want to purchase certain things, or we go for window shopping. Okay. Many of them, they are crazy about purchasing the things, or just they roam and they want to just have a look. That is what in general we mean, isn't it? So here, from the marketer's perspective, marketing, now this definition has been given by the marketing guru. He's Philip Kotler. Marketing is a social and managerial process by which individuals and groups obtain what they need and want through creating and exchanging products and value with each other. This is what is the definition. Now, what it means. Now here, marketing is a social process. Social process. Why social? Because there is a manufacturer who is a part of the society. There is a customer or the purchaser who is again a part of the society. That's why we say it's a social process. And many of the stakeholders are there with reference to that manufacturer. That's why we say it's a social process. Now, it is also a managerial process. Managerial. What is managerial? It involves decision making, it involves planning, it involves organizing, it involves implementation of the decisions or certain strategies to reach to the customers. All these are a part of managerial process. That's why we say it's a managerial process by which individuals and groups, individuals, maybe an individual customer, or the groups, maybe a group of people, obtain what they need and want. Now we are coming to this term of need and want. Maybe I will discuss it later, since we have it in the core concepts of marketing. Through creating and exchanging products and value with each other. Now here, creating and exchanging products and value with each other. So whenever we purchase something, it's not of free. We exchange it with money, isn't it? We purchase and in return we give money. So that is what is exchanging products and value with other. Creating, many a times the needs are created, the wants are created, and that's why that word is there, creating. Now coming to the further, one more definition by American Marketing Association, that marketing is the performance of business activities that direct the flow of goods and services from the producer to the consumer or user. Now this definition is very simple. What is marketing? It is basically performance of business activities. Now business activities, what does this include? Maybe procuring the raw material from the suppliers, undergoing the production activities, undertaking the production activities, manufacturing one or the other products. And after that, what the manufacturer does? Once it is manufactured, it is ready for sale in the market. That's why we say it's the business activities. Now here, when I say just simple chain from the supplier to the end customer, it also involves lot many activities, technically, functionally. Okay, this is just to make you understand. I have given a broad framework that direct the flow of goods and services, maybe from the producer to the end consumer. That is what is simply known as marketing. Now, Cundiff and Still, they give a definition that marketing is the term used to describe collectively those business functions most directly concerned with the demand stimulating and demand fulfilling activities of the business enterprise. Now, this is, if you see this definition, it's more from the economic perspective. this demand stimulation, demand fulfilling, mostly we use in economics, collectivity of the business together. So here, stimulating the demand, increasing the demand. Now here it is said that marketing is used to describe collectively those businesses or business functions in totality who are directly concerned with demand stimulating and demand fulfilling activities. That is the creation of the demand or stimulating the demand and fulfilling the demand of the customers by this business enterprises. This is also marketing. And in simple terms, marketing is designed to bring about desired exchanges with target audience for the purpose of mutual gain. This is very practical definition. Now here, marketing is designed to bring about desired exchanges. Now you cannot force each and everybody to purchase the product, isn't it? That's why the desired exchanges with target audience, a particular set of audience, that is target audiences, for the purpose of mutual gain. Mutual gain where both the parties, the manufacturer and the consumer, both of them, they get benefited through this exchange process. Maybe the customers gets the satisfaction by using the product or the availing the services, and the manufacturer in return, he gets the revenue or the profits, the money. And the basic intention of any manufacturer is to gain profit. Now here, moving on to the functions of marketing. The first and foremost function is buying. Now here, as I said, that many of them, they like to go for shopping or marketing. Okay, now many of us like to buy the things. Now, what is the reason for this? That we go out for buying. What is the reason for buying any product or availing the services? Now, this comes
Ma'am,
under the functions of exchange.
it might be need. It might be need.
need.
Yes.
Suppose, see, in our day-to-day life, when we are living our life, we need many things. Some needs are genuine, basic. Okay. So we go out and buy the things. So that's why buying becomes the function of exchange. Now here, what all does include in this buying process? Whether we go out, step out and buy like that only. Whether it's that easy? Yes, many a times it's easy. It depends upon the need and the type of product. If it is a generic product, generic which we use day-to-day basis, yes, okay. But if it is an electronic goods, okay, in that case, we need to think. We cannot approach directly, isn't it? Assembling is a function of exchange, function of marketing. Assembling the things. Now here, if you visit a nearby retailer, the supermarket shop or the nearby retailer shop, outlet, okay, what he does, suppose if you are in need of any generic good, you go there, a grocery shop nearby. You go there, you ask and you get it. Irrespective of categories, maybe if it is a grocery shop, any of the groceries ranging from the grocery to your biscuits to your toothpaste, anything you will get the nearby shop. Okay. What he has done for the sake of the customers, he has assembled the lots of these products, isn't it? This retailer. And how does this retailer get the goods? From whom does he get? He gets the goods from the wholesaler. What does a wholesaler do? Now here wholesalers, they are defined, isn't it? So they assemble the goods. They collect the goods from the manufacturer, the company owners, and then sell it to the retailers. So they also assemble the goods. So on the behalf of the customers, they are collecting the goods. They become a part of a supply chain management from the producer to the end consumer. And that's why assembling becomes one of the important function of marketing, where they assemble and then distribute. Now here, there are many terms which are used for these intermediaries, like distributors, dealers, retailers, etc. Okay. Selling, like buying is one of the function of exchange, selling is also a function. There are buyers, there are sellers. There is a balance between both of them. One wants to purchase the good, the other wants to sell the goods. So here, through this selling, the customer's needs are satisfied. And hence we say selling is a function of marketing. Now, functions of physical supply. Just now I spoke about the supply chain, physical movement of goods. Now, we say many of them, they go for the digital means of purchasing of goods. Now, on the backdrop of this COVID, because of COVID, many of them had to use this option of online purchase, isn't it? Purchasing is done online, fine, but how the goods they reach to the end customers? There is no option for this physical supply. Maybe with the click of a button of a mouse or your mobile handset, you place the orders through the internet, isn't it? But the goods have to reach to the end customers. Many of the things, many of the activities are taking place behind the screen once you place the order. There is assortment of the goods, there is assembling of the goods, there is transportation of the goods. And hence transportation is one of the important function of this physical supply, where this physically the goods are carried from one place to the other place, from the manufacturer or from the godown to the end customers. Now here, the mode of transportations are much more. Now in case of business to business transports, there are wagons. Maybe there is rail transport. There is airways, there is waterways. Local transports, maybe there are trucks, tempo travelers, through which the goods are made available at the retailer or to the direct customers. Storage and warehousing forms an important function of physical supply. Now, on the behalf of customers, the intermediary is storing the product. They are warehousing the product. Choosing and motivating channel of distribution. Now, this is one of the important functions of marketing. Choosing and motivating channel of distribution. Why a retailer should place your product on the shelf? Why a wholesaler should distribute the products of that particular manufacturer. There should be some motivation given to these intermediaries. Maybe monetary, maybe non-monetary. Today, in this competitive era, this motivation to the channel of distribution, to the channel members, plays a very vital role. The next is the facilitating function. Now, facilitator, the functions below mentioned, they act as a facilitator. Financing. Now here, financing is one of the function of the marketing. Now these retailers, okay, they store in their godowns, in the warehouses, bulk products. The products are stored in bulk quantities. It requires financing. They have to pay to the company back. The company gives the credit. And hence, financing becomes one of the important function. The more the goods are stored, the more is the lock-in inventory. The amount of inventory is more here. Risk bearing. On the behalf of the manufacturer as well as the customers, these intermediaries, they bear the risk of storing the products. So they are taking the risk. Many a times there is a risk of theft. There is a risk of damage, natural calamities. So here, risk bearing is one of the functions. Standardizing is again one of the important thing. Now, what is standardizing? If there are packages, okay, they are into a standardized lots. The manufacturer manufactures the product in the standardized format. Particular labels and codes are given to the products. There is no individual option of customization in this. Certain standards are set by the manufacturers and they are offered like that only to the end customers. Packaging. Now today, if you see, packaging has become one of the important tool to market the products. Maybe with reference to the Tetra packing, maybe with reference to the size, shape, the color, the label. There are many things which go into this packaging aspect, and hence packaging is a part of marketing, function of marketing. Branding and labeling. Now, when a customer purchases a product and the customer is satisfied, the customer is delighted, okay, he becomes very happy. If you purchase a product and you become very much happy, what do? You are overwhelmed. You are delighted. Naturally, maybe you would like to spread a positive word of mouth publicity. And this slowly builds a benchmark. It sets a benchmark. And slowly and steadily, the product develops into a brand. And the company takes the effort to brand the product, to create the brand image of the product. Labeling is one of the important function. Why labeling is important? What is labeling? So whenever we enter any supermarket, okay, we just pick up any product and we just have a look. The packaging part, the name of the brand is there. If you look at the back side, certain information is there. The code is there. The details of the product, they are stated. Maybe the weight of the product, the ingredients which go into the product, the usage, how to use it. Certain steps are given. So this labeling helps in connecting with the customers, especially when the product is new in the market. This labeling helps. Again, it depends upon the type of product category. Now, any doubts as far as this part is considered?
No, ma'am.
Now, moving ahead.
Hello.
Scope of marketing. Now,
Ma'am, what do you mean by meta market?
that we will discuss later. Meta
Okay.
market. Okay.
Okay.
It is there. It is in it. In the first
Okay.
chapter itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, ma'am.
So here, if you see this slide, you will see bundle of products here. These are goods, basically. Okay. So the scope is the area of penetration of the marketing function, basically, the scope of marketing. So any product category, any goods you take, you will find that there is marketing. Just now we discussed about different functions of marketing. Okay. Now these products are manufactured. They are sold to the customer. Customer is a part of marketing. The retailer is a part of marketing. Advertisement is a part of marketing. Hence the scope of for the goods. Now here, if you see this slide, what do you find here? These are all the services. Now at this stage, let's not go into the detail of differentiation between the goods and services.
Ma'am,
We will discuss it later. Yes. Please,
can I ask
Digvijay.
a question?
Yes, yes, yes.
Ma'am, I have seen that sometimes sales is also considered as marketing in some
Sales,
companies.
no selling function. No?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that is what I discussed, buying and selling.
So if we are asked to be a sales representative,
Okay.
so is this a core marketing field or
Yes,
is this
yes,
a
yes.
different
Of
scenario?
course, yes, yes, yes. It is a marketing. See,
Okay,
in
thank you, ma'am.
marketing also we have different areas, specializations, isn't it? So here, when you say about sales representation, it comes under personal selling. Personal selling is a part of specialization in marketing.
Yes, ma'am.
Now here, these are the services, the air travel, the photos, if you see here, it is telecommunication, the air travel, the hospitality services, the banking services, the transportation services. There are many services today without which our life is like, we have become helpless. Yes, Digvijay, do you have any question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, marketing research is a part of marketing services.
Yes, yes. Today we have many marketing agencies which function and which are responsible for the research, marketing research, basically.
Ma'am,
Their
actually
task
the
is
reason.
to, yes.
No, ma'am, please continue. I'll ask at the end, ma'am.
Okay, you can ask. See here, there are different subjects in marketing also. Like Digvijay has just now asked the question about personal selling. We have advertising as a different field. We have the marketing research as a different field, which deals with the research part. We have the marketing strategy as another part. We have the product development managers. Okay, so there is much more wider scope as far as this part is considered. So here, every now and then we avail services. So again, here also marketing plays a role. The producer of these services, okay, produces the services and the customer avails the services, it is again not free of cost. You have to pay the money for the services which you avail. So hence the scope for the service industry or the service sector. Hence we say goods is a part, services also there is scope. Then we come to the next part of ideas and concepts. Whether ideas and concepts can be marketed? Yes. Now here I've taken just 2-3 examples. Now Fair and Lovely, it's a fairness cream, isn't it? What do they sell? It's a cream, okay? Isn't it? Or Herbalife. What is Herbalife? I think you have heard this brand. Or if you take an entertainment industry, Indian Idol, maybe many of you are watching this. I've just taken the examples. There are many more. Okay. What they are selling basically, these are all the products, isn't it? But I mean, Indian Idol, you can say service industry, but Herbalife and Fair and Lovely comes into the product category. But basically, they are marketing the ideas or the concepts. Here, if you see the Fair and Lovely, they are selling the hope. Herbalife, they are selling the concept. Indian Idol, what they are selling? An idea. So an innovator thinks about marketing of an idea or the concepts. So here we have the scope to market these also. Coming to the events. Now here if you see one of the special branch of marketing or management, it has evolved. Event management, a specialized stream. Event management, so events can be marketed. Yes. There are certain events, maybe literary festivals, maybe the, you can say the programs, the shows, all these are the events. So they are marketed again. So again, it has a scope for marketing. Whether information can be marketed? Yes. Now, everybody wants to Google. If you want to have an information, you just go to the Google. What the Google is selling you? The information. And what you are seeking for? The information. Yellow pages, the books, the encyclopedias, what they are selling? They are selling the information. So again here, the information is marketed. Organizations. Whether organizations can be marketed? Yes. Reliance, the corporate brand. Under Reliance brand, many products they sell, isn't it? Infosys, it's an organization. Tata, again a corporate. Under the corporate umbrella of Reliance or the corporate umbrella of Tata's, there are many strategic business units. Many products run beyond the umbrella of this brand. So even organizations can be marketed. Properties. Today, if you see one of the upcoming real estate industries. So whether properties are sold? Yes. Whether properties are purchased? Yes. Here also there is scope for marketing. So even properties come into this marketing aspect. Places, whether they are marketed? Yes. Again, here if we take into consideration the travels and tour operators or a simple place like Marjorin, whether this place is marketed, it's in Pune. Many of you might have visited this place. Okay. Goa, the Taj Mahal. Why the people visit there? Whether these locations, these places can be marketed? Yes. Because ultimately, the objective is the people should enter, the customers should avail the benefit, and ultimately, the turning point is to gain profits. So even the places can be marketed. It has a scope here in marketing. What about the experiences? Whether experiences can be marketed? Yes. If you take an example of the SL World, if you think of a particular cinema theater, if you think of some fun-filled activities, nowadays, if you see, these are also marketed. The agro-tourism is there, where the experience is marketed more than the place or the product offering. That's why we say this experiences can also be marketed. They also form the scope of the marketing function. Whether personalities can be marketed. Now here, when I say personalities, it means through personalities, okay, the celebrity marketing. Now here, if you see the KBC show, it's a hit because of personality. Amitabh Bachchan is heading the show, isn't it? Suppose if there is a particular event where the chief guest is either Sachin Tendulkar or some other personality, definitely people would like to visit the place. So here even personalities have the scope as far as marketing is considered. Now here, any doubts as far as this part is considered? If you have any doubts, we can discuss as far as the scope of marketing is considered. Now here, scope means the areas where the marketing has entered, it has touched. Today, I think there is no field left where marketing has not entered. Now, moving on to the next part is the evolution of marketing. How marketing evolved. The growth of marketing. How did the marketing grow? Now, first and foremost thing, there was a barter system previously. Now, people usually used to live near the seashores. The localites used to produce whatever was feasible with reference to the climate, the agricultural area, the land, and the availability of the resources. The excess with one necessitated the exchange of the products with the other, and hence the barter system came into practice. So this was the traditional system. Even today, if you see in many of the villages, okay, you might find the barter system. It does exist, especially with the farmers, the agricultural families. Okay. Slowly and steadily, what happened? This problem of excess or more gave rise to production. What one should do with the excess things? Then go for the production. Now here, the Industrial Revolution also played a very important role as far as this production is considered. Now it started from the Europe and slowly and steadily penetrated into Asian countries also. More stress was given on the production, where most of the management theories evolved during this era. era where the focus was on production, the technology, the new theories, concepts evolved in all facets of the specialized fields, maybe HR, maybe marketing, maybe production, maybe finance. Okay. Then the production, as the competitors increased, okay, unless and until there was a monopoly or there were few producers, there was no problem. But as more people started entering into this production zone because of competition, okay, the focus shifted from production to the product. Now, previously, just meeting the demand of the customers was the objective. The producer used to produce in bulk quantities and the people used to purchase it. The producer was happy, the customer was happy. But slowly and steadily, since the more number of producers came into the market, then there was the gap between this demand and the supply. More supply, less demand. Okay, gave rise to this part of the product where the manufacturers or the producers shifted their focus from production system to the product based approach. That is fulfilling the needs of the customers according to their needs, their wants. And in many cases, creating the needs or the wants. Offering a superior quality product took the impetus. And with the more competition, it shifted to selling part. Sales is with reference to pushing the product in the market. Sales is a function concerned with pushing the product to the end customers. You can say it's a aggressive part, aggressive activity of marketing. And slowly and steadily, the market has understood that just aggressively selling will not work. And they shifted the focus from the sales to the marketing part. Now, in the coming next slides, we will see, in the next session, we will see what is the difference between the sales and the marketing. Okay. Now here, marketing is much broader perspective as compared to the sales part. And again, the focus shifted from this marketing to relationship marketing. Relationship marketing, relationship, tying the close bond with the customers, caring for the customers. The customer satisfaction became more important than just sales and the marketing part. Retention of the customers gained impetus. Okay. Gaining a new customer is easy, but retaining a customer is a much more difficult task today. There is a fear that a customer might be lost to a competitor, and hence this relationship marketing started playing a vital role. Now, today it's an era of digital marketing. Since the technology has developed, maybe because of the artificial intelligence or the penetration of internet, mobile handsets, digital marketing revolution has taken place. So this is regarding the brief outline of evolution of marketing, how the marketing has evolved from the barter system perspective to the today's modern era of digital marketing. Now here, tomorrow morning, again, we will be having a session on these basics of marketing, and we will discuss the further part. Today, we will stop here. Any doubts? Okay, then we will stop here today. Yes, Digvijay.
Ma'am, actually, my doubt was about the previous thing I said to you. A year back, when I was looking for jobs,
Okay.
I wanted to pursue in advertising.
Okay.
But the type of responses I got was mostly about marketing, that you have to do marketing for 2 years minimum
Okay.
to get into the streamlined advertising field. I
Okay.
wanted to go into the content marketing, which was there in advertising,
Okay.
about the ideas and all, which comes into place when we watch TVs and all. But
Okay.
when I applied for the job, I was asked to do marketing for at least 2 years.
Now, what might be the reason, Digvijay? Whether you are analyzed, whether you are a good content writer, means whether you are well versed with advertising.
Yes, ma'am. I had prior experience with marketing, field marketing, as well as event management.
No. See, my question is very specific. The need of advertisement is very much different. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Whether you had any background knowledge, whether you had done any course in advertising, whether you had undertaken any course in advertising.
No, ma'am. Actually, I completed my graduation from mechanical. So this was a
from
complete
mechanical
field change for me.
engineering.
Yes, ma'am. Mechanical engineering. So
Whether
this
you
was a
are good in
complete field
designing?
change for me. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I was good in designing. But
Okay.
what they said was the type of work we do in advertising is completely different from the idea you guys have, because mostly in mechanical, the idea is to promote the events like go-karting events or something like that. So the main streamlined marketing for advertising was completely different, because it is a product-based marketing in advertising, and the products are completely different from that of mechanical engineering point of view, because we are selling like soaps or shampoos or something like that. These type of products you have never come across in your mechanical engineering. So they asked me
Yes.
to do minimum 2 years of marketing in these type of fields.
See, if you are really interested to enter into marketing field, advertising field, I mean, not marketing, advertising. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
In your MBA, you have the specializations, IMC, Integrated Marketing Communication. In that, and apart from that, you can take up the distance learning course, specifically only in advertising. Okay. Because again, advertising itself is a very broad area. So maybe just with the graduation degree, maybe that could not fulfill the criteria of their expectations, what they desired.
Yes,
Got
ma'am.
it? Okay. Any other doubts? Okay, then we will stop here today and we'll continue tomorrow.